Hello, hello. Welcome to another drawing lesson. This is the number 2 lesson for your homework, not your classwork. So let's get started here. As like last time, we're going to start a new canvas. And then we are going to make sure it's 12 by 9 inches, not pixels. And 350 dpi or resolution. Let's see. Yep. Get rid of that. And now we can go done. Here we go. Here's a new canvas. And we're going to start off like last time. We're going to import our image. Select an image. Select the homework. We're going to stretch it out to 160, 183. And we're going to go done. Don't extract. Don't extract. And here we go. We have a light blue sky on the bottom and a darker sky coming down. Darker sky on top and lighter blue sky coming down. So we're gonna go there to a new layer. We're gonna decrease the opacity for the image. We're gonna select our HB pencil, opacity about 50-ish with a 27 and a gray color. And we're gonna make sure we're on the right canvas, and we're gonna, you know what, we're gonna go up in opacity because that's a bit too light. 80. And we're gonna go beyond the picture. And here's quick mountains here. You got your house here. Got that road there for that mountain. Zigzag up here. There we go, mountain range. And that's the snow line. Zigzag up here. Another mountain over there. And yep. That's pretty much it. Here's the picture at 100%. And there's their outline, quick outline. Okay, let's see. We're gonna add another layer, another color layer. And we're gonna go with the gradient tiles. So teal blue with a dark blue top. Make sure your gradient layer's on the bottom. There's your gradient. And we're gonna bring down our gradient. That's around there. I may have made a mistake. Yep, I think I went over the wrong layer. There we go. There's the fix. Can't do it on a invisible layer, so you have to turn it back on. There we go. Much better. Yeah, looks about right, I'm gonna say. Yeah. So we're gonna go down here to our little eyedropper tool, and we're gonna pick a color from the scene, that gray color. And we're gonna go back to our sketch, and we're gonna start in on this drawing. And, oop, forgot to turn off the gradient and go back to my brush. Lead pencil, size about 80, opacity about 40. Let's see how that works. Looks pretty good for now. And we're gonna go all over the mountains here. So we have everything completely covered for the most part. We're gonna grab another color, a darker color, with the eyedropper tool, and we're gonna color these little mountains back. And a little bit up here too. A little here, a little there, a little everywhere. A little thicker over here. A little bit right there. Opacity about 70. Okay. So far, so good. A little bit more shadows here. Crisscross the mountains here. You want to go in multiple directions when you color, and that'll help it blend in a little bit more. Alright, so we're going to pick another color, or we're going to add some more color. And I pick that light blue gray color up here for this part of the mountain. Just gonna quickly add it in. Now we have a very light teal gray, green over there. Too big of a brush. Of course, that's an eraser tool. I need my lead pencil, about 20, 30-ish. Color. Bring up the opacity a little bit. See if that, yeah, to make that defining line right there, good. And then bring down the opacity to about 50. Not bad so far. Get that gray tone. And some grays here and there. little tiny lines, a little bit better for the small little detail. So when it comes to playing with the opacity, you really want to play with it to see which lines look better, which lines don't. If you need something lighter, bring it down. Something a little bit more defining, bring it up. It's really up to the eye of the beholder. We got a little green, gray here. A little green, gray around everywhere. All right. Not bad. Okay. So notice we only used 3 or 4 colors there. And we just blended them all into each other with a low opacity. Adding. Pick another color. Make sure you turn off the layer you don't want. Play with the size of the brush plus your opacity. See what works. If the color doesn't work, then you manually pick one. Just making little strokes there with a 90-ish tool and a 70 opacity. Notice I'm going left to right instead of up and down or diagonally. The way you handle your brush matters. Whether you go straight up or down, left or right, everything matters. Gonna fill in that snow-covered area first. Don't worry about your lines. They were just a placeholder. As you can see, get my little eyedropper tool, get a color, get a gray. You're gonna add in. Now I'm gonna go swoosh these lines up in a curve, swoosh, to mimic the picture. Then overlay them, bring them in a bit darker as I need it. Get that little copper color, bring it in. If it's not as coppery as you like, then you manually move that color over. Going down, going down from top to bottom, making little swirls occasionally. How you move your brush, it all really matters. So I'm gonna fill in this whole area real quick. Notice that I'm not gonna fill it in completely so that there's no color coming through the background. I am going to define some lines here. I upped the opacity to about almost 90. Now bring it down. Bring up my tool to about 300. do a vertical, horizontal fill in. Now see, I didn't fill it in all the way. Still have some areas poking through. You still see the texture, what saves you some time. Grab another color from the rock. And here we go. Got some areas over here. Now the color wasn't light enough, so I'm gonna manually line it up. And I'm going to add it in up and down, left and right, little swirls. Swirl here, swirl there, get that texture in. Now, since I'm moving beyond the limit of the picture, I'm gonna imagine and fill in some rock textures beyond that limit. Got some dark areas. So I got a medium, dark, and a light brown, copper color. I grab that little green, dark green color over there, and I'm gonna fill that in here. And move on to the background, fill that in. Get some of that dark color, fill in the shadow areas. Still at 50% and at 80%, 80 pixels brush and 50% opacity. Get some not so dark colors in. Adjust your opacity as you need and your brush size. Fill it in, fill it in. Take that color, I like that color. I'm gonna fill in some areas down here, random areas over there. More coloration, the more realistic it's gonna look. Grab that dark color, fill it in with my 20 pixel brush, my 70% opacity. Fill in there, make the little rocky crevices. Still filling it in a little bit lighter. And some highlights here and there. Now notice I'm not going back to the drawing, I'm just gonna go off where I think it needs it. Because the sun is coming from the right. So we have highlights on the right side of the rocks. And some more highlights here. Oh, it's a little bit shaky, sorry guys, it's a very shaky desk if I go fast. I wasn't going diagonally. Or the pure white. Just adding those in. There we go. One little corner of the world left to go. Now I'm just making rockish like lines. Jagged lines here and there. Get a little bit of darkness. Add in some, oh, gotta make sure you're on the right layer, guys. Make sure you're on the right layer. And some darkness on the left since the sun is coming from the right. Opacity still at 77. And pixels are about 10 now. I know these are just squiggly lines. They're squiggly lines. If I were to do this in a realistic fashion, I'd spend a lot more time with tiny variations of color. But I'm just gonna go about this real quick. I do have about more than 4 colors mixed in here, maybe 5, 6 colors. Looks pretty good for the most part, so we're gonna leave it. Gonna grab that color, big brush, 50% opacity. I'm gonna fill it in real quick. Fill that in real quick. Quick. Notice I didn't fill in all the way. Bring down my brush. You don't want to fill it in all the way. You want to leave some textures from your tool there. There you go. Orangey color, orangey coppery color there. I'm gonna fill it in. Or fill. And I go diagonal, left and right, up and down. I follow the curve. Don't just use one method of fill it in lines. You want to use a variety of lines. And we're gonna grab some color now. Oop, moved it down there. Fill in some color here. Over there. Some over there. And this area here. Over there. Gotta make a curvy line here. Curvy like the mountain. Now remember, when it goes off the picture, I'm just making it up as I go. Need another color. Need a lighter color. There you go. See if this works. Nah, it's still too dark. It kind of works. See if that color works. Now, let's move it up. Ah, much better. Let's see, move in that color. I want some of that over there. Need a little bit of darkness. Smaller lines. Want those squiggly lines. That rolls rocky squiggly lines. See, that darkness all here. I'm gonna go up and down. And then a bit of a curve. Squiggly lines here and there. Like I said, I'm gonna make it up as I go. In some sections where there's no picture. Add some shadow for the house here. And there we go. Some squiggly lines, some more squiggles. Maybe a circle too. Not bad so far. I like it. We're gonna fill in the whole thing. Line it up. And we're gonna make the windows real quick. try and get that eyedropper tool. Fill in the windows real quick. Yeah, it's a little off, but it's okay. Get the roof done real quick. Small tool. There we go. Now remember, if I wanted more detail, if I wanted this to be a realistic, very hyper-realistic drawing, I would spend much more time in every little section. But what we're doing, we want a semi-realistic drawing. And the way we achieve that is using more than one color. We need to use multiple colors, multiple shades of color. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I like that. Now the sky. We need the sky. We're gonna add another layer, gonna bring it down. We have multiple colors here, some purples, reds, orange, yellow. That's what we're gonna do. So, grab that color. Oh, need a bigger brush. I'm gonna go off the picture. More opacity, bigger brush, 300. Yeah, that looks good. Now I'm not drawing on the picture, I'm drawing on the layer underneath. And I'm just drawing where that purple color is. Add some more. Of course, it's not purple, it's more of a dark color, but we'll do some color mixturing right now. Get some of that orange. And do a couple swipes here and there. So, look, we're going over the mountains. Oh no! Just kidding. It's just a layer. We can just bring it down behind the mountains. Add some more color. Need some. Make sure you're on the right layer. Some cloud coverage there. And we're gonna need some red. Move off on some red. Some red here, some red there. Some red here. Let me start over. So red down here. A little bit of orange in there as well. Some orange over here. I need some yellow. Some yellow here, some yellow there. Okay. We're gonna go to our tools. We're gonna go to a blur. Blur, blur, blur. We're gonna go 450 roughly, 20% blur, and we're just gonna blur this real quick. You want to leave some texture in there, but you want to blur the rest. You blur and you look, blur and you look. That looks pretty good. Let's go to smudge. And we can smudge these clouds a little bit. 100% smudge and about 100 and 200%. 200% tool and about 60% smudge, and we're just gonna pull some of these clouds. We're gonna pull some of them left and right horizontally. Pull, pull, pull. Give it a little wiggle. Like 8% opacity, a little bit better. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Go back. There. Yeah, it looks a little bit better. There we go. It's all about experimenting, guys. Experiment. And that's pretty much it. That's it. It looks pretty decent for about 30 minutes, 35-ish minutes. You go to the 3 little lines, export, JPEG, save to your images, and that's it. And you guys turn it in after that. All right, see you guys later.